I'm off to a grand start, aren't we? Good afternoon. It's Sunday and it's lovely, and I thought since it's I don't really think much has been going on, I thought I'd have a change of pace. And you may not be aware that last year, towards the end of the year, November, I had the great opportunity to go travelling in Southeast Asia for a few weeks. This was partly savings, partly a Christmas gift, partly a lot of different things, which is how I could afford it, because I hadn't actually been on holiday for several years at this point. I'm gonna have to clean this bloody thing out. So when I was over there, I travelled from Vietnam down through Vietnam, through Cambodia, and then ended up in Bangkok, whatever you want to call it. And when I was there, I had about 3 days there. 1 day of which I literally spent on my back because I was absolutely exhausted at that point. But on the second day, I'd made a decision that I was gonna go and do some Muay Thai. I dabble in Muay Thai in England, not really with lessons and stuff, but just in the bag and what have you. I've had a couple of lessons, but I decided I wanted to do it at the source. And at the end of the session, I had a private session at an excellent gym. I can't remember the name of the gym, I'm sorry. I would recommend it. I will have a little look and try and put a link to this video, to the gym in this video, because it was very good, very high standard. I did tip them very generously at the end. And I did it with a smile on my face. So I thought it would be a good laugh to stick the video that I took at the end when the coach took me through some very light body sparring, like as to say that you punch the body rather than the face, and you do it very lightly, and there's a few kicks, and I'm not very good, but I was very impressed with the level of coaching at the gym. The guy, he spoke very little English, and I speak absolutely no Thai. It's a very complicated language, but I was impressed with the pace of the lesson. I was impressed with what he decided to coach on, and what he decided to leave. It went very quickly. If I lived in Bangkok, I would be straight back the next day, but I don't. And so this is a little bit of a, partly just because I think everybody would find this amusing, and partly just to see if I can get my head around doing a little bit of video editing, which is not really my thing in these videos. I've put a little bit of a commentary over it. So I hope everybody enjoys that. I hope you're all having a lovely Sunday. I am, for once, a little bit too hot, which is, you can probably tell. It's not like me to struggle with the heat, but it is very pleasantly warm today. And I'll see you after the video. A little bit of a side note that I forgot to mention. I am considering starting a Patreon account for several reasons. One, as I've probably told you, I am struggling slightly with money at the minute. I know it sounds ridiculous saying, oh, I've just been travelling in Southeast Asia, and then nearly in the same breath saying I'm struggling with money, but suffice to say, that was before the gas went up. And I am not struggling to live, but struggling with several projects in my life. For instance, last month I had to miss a few capoeira lessons because I literally didn't have the money to drive to the lesson, because it is it's about 60 miles away. So I am considering starting a Patreon. any money in there will first and foremost be spent on getting a little bit more equipment so I can make these videos, because at the minute I'm doing them on my phone. The sound quality, I hope it's okay for the commentary, but I did have to use a microphone on a very old webcam, so it does sound slightly out of date. I hope that's okay with everybody. I don't really have the money to just go out and spend like 80 quid, 40 quid, however much it is on a microphone. If there's any more money than that, I will, I've got a mortgage to pay off. I'm probably going to have to replace my car in the next couple of years. I've got a computer to pay off. It is purely charity though. If you enjoy the videos, I'm not going to charge anybody for videos that they don't charge. It'll be there to help me out, and the priority of any extra money will be these videos. And that's about it. Hope you all well. And off we go. I'd trained for about 90 minutes at this point. I was a bit out of shape because I'd been on 3 weeks holiday, so I'd been drinking a little bit, which is something I don't normally do, when I'd been smoking quite a bit, and so I was a bit out of practice. Now you can probably tell that I'm not really a Muay Thai fighter. My hands were a bit too low. Sometimes I'll put not quite Muay Thai moves in. One of the things I like about this fella, apart from his excellent coaching, was he wasn't anal, he wasn't a stickler. Now you'll say we're just like, he's taking it very easy on me. Keep going into karate-esque stances. You'll see us changing the side I box on, which is a bit of a capoeira thing. You would just take a step back in capoeira rather than keep one side. I'm not sure what he made of that. Again, he knew very much what to correct me on and what just to leave, which impressed me greatly. I mean, he knew I was going to be there once, so he probably was like there to just have a laugh, and we did have a laugh. But yeah, this is very light. He's putting just enough moves in that I know what it's like to be kicked at, but not so much that I'm overwhelmed. Again, he's letting me get a few knocks in myself. Again, maybe my hands are a little bit too mobile. I'm not. You can see compared to his, he keeps his quite high. Mine tend to dip. That's a good way to get punched, but yeah, whatever you want. So he's decided, okay, just back and forth for a little bit, nothing much going on. And we had a bit of fun. Any minute now, I believe. Yeah. At this point, I tried to do a throw on him because I had his leg, but he grabbed onto the ropes. And as you see, as we come out, we're both laughing quite a bit now. We're having a really good time. That was the major thing. We both seem to be enjoying ourselves. I wish I could have a job where I enjoyed myself that much. I don't know, this is like a standard day from. Just as we're just knocking back and forth, I will say one of the things I noticed about this gym, it was recommended to me by an Australian in the hostel I was staying at. And they had a set number of spaces. They didn't just cram people in. So I had to go in the afternoon rather than the morning. But that spoke to me that they like quality over quantity. They weren't just there to get a load of money in. It's a very modern gym as well. I don't know what I was expecting in Bangkok, maybe palm leaves and stuff, but enough of my I've forgotten the word, never mind. Anyway, so he stepped it up a little bit now. He's put a couple of little bit quicker moves in just to put us on my back foot, which is where you want. Yep, he's literally dancing around us. I am absolutely knackered now. I'm breathing through my arse. again, I've went into that sort of karate stance where one glove's quite low. Karate, maybe a bit boxing. I think that's a boxing stance. I'm pretty sure. The odd, not quite Muay Thai kick goes in there. I don't know what he made of that. He didn't say it out. But yeah, he's coming back. He's not smothering us, but he's letting us know I'm open a couple of times. I'm desperately trying to do a couple of throws just for a laugh, and I don't know why. But yeah, he do have a habit of, again, dropping my hands for his kicks. That's and I'm fucking around again. Just trading a few blows. Just I tried to grab his foot there, and I was lucky I didn't get knocked out. Tried to go for a spinning elbow. He shows us I was done. He thought. Now at about this point I went for a hook kick because he'd mentioned before that he hadn't really seen hook kicks. You can see we had a little bit of back and forth about it there. He actually asked me to demonstrate it a couple of times because I think he liked it, and I was quite surprised he hadn't seen it before. I hadn't put money in to this point because, right, essentially it was it's a Muay Thai session. I didn't feel it was appropriate to come in and do my thing, but I put a couple in at the end, just, and then he decides to show how it's done, and then of course there's my sterling attempt. Not bad for a 15 stone 45-year-old. And there we go. Just again, a little bit of a fuck around, and it was a great session. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed all of that lot. I haven't forgotten I was going to do something on immigration. Again, like I said, it's not a great concern because it doesn't directly affect me, and I have made a conscious decision not to go into that line of like a home office job, because I can't sort of go through for the civil service because I do work in the public sector to begin with, but it does seem to be on a lot of people's minds, at least if Facebook's to be believed. I will try and get another video up this week. I don't know if you like this kind of video, watching me do a bit of training and stuff. I don't mind putting training videos up. I'm not sure how interesting or relevant they are to people. Please feel free to let me know. And I'm on my way to see the new John Wick film this afternoon. So I'm looking forward to that. So I hope I catch you all in a merry mood. For once, the cat isn't interfering with one of my bloody videos. She's a kip hour there. And I'm very happy to be happy.